For the first time ever, the National Drama Festival Association's British All Winners Festival is coming to Coventry. Now, it will feature the cream of the crop in the UK's dramatic talent after a 16-month period of no productions. Now, companies from across the country will join together in a 7-day celebration of amateur theatre, and lead organiser Rod Chaytor joins me now. Hi, Rod, how are you?
Hi, Letitia. I'm fine, thank you. Good evening. Good to speak to you.
Good to speak to you too. Now, what is the event?
Well, the story is that I'm a Coventry kid, born and bred, but I'm speaking to you from the South Warwickshire village of Lighthorn, and about 8 years ago, we started a little local drama festival here, which became, to our astonishment, a national event, and because of that, directly because of that, a huge national drama festival, probably the biggest to be held anywhere in the country this year, is coming to Coventry, to the Albany Theatre between July 18 and 24, obviously smack in the middle of Coventry City of Culture Year, so it's hugely exciting.
Absolutely. Love that. Now, Rod, how important is celebrating drama at the moment?
Well, I mean, nobody's been able to do anything, and indeed the groups who are coming from all over the country to participate in this 7 nights of theatre at the Albany. I mean, they have faced absolutely extraordinary difficulties in rehearsing, in just getting ready. And, you know, we take our hats off to these really dedicated groups. I was talking to the stage director of a group from Hertfordshire who are coming, and I was talking to him the other night, and he said, you have to let me get my wet coat off. We've just been rehearsing in the open air in the rain.
Gosh.
I mean, so people have been working on Zoom, but in the end, you have to get people together as much as you can. So rule of 6, 6 people, cast of 5 plus a director, and they've been working outside. Some people have had, someone's been pinged by NHS Test and Trace, and their place has been taken by the director, but they've been on Zoom on someone's iPad while other actors are physically present outside. They've gone to extraordinary lengths to bring this really UK-class theatre to us, and we'd like the people of Coventry to come to the Albany in 10 days' time and support this and celebrate it with us.
Well, I hope they do, because you know what? It makes me so sad to hear, as a theatre goer and a theatre partaker, I grew up in musical theatre. I studied in it as well. So it's something that is very close to my heart. And it makes me so sad to hear the extraordinary lengths that people are having to go to just to be able to put on a performance, yet you can have thousands of people at other events. It genuinely saddens my heart to think the lengths that we're going to right now just to put on a performance that hasn't been seen for so long. And I take my hat off to you, because I think it's absolutely incredible, and you're an absolute credit to theatre. So I just had to get that out there first and foremost.
Okay. Well, and I have to say, Letitia, that the people that I'm talking to who are coming from, Cheshire and Surrey and all over the country to the Albany night after night after night, but actually, their attitude is, well, we just want to do this. This is what we love, and we just want to get out there on a stage. And although I absolutely take your point about other activities that don't seem to have the same restrictions, I think that the world of amateur theatre, it just wants to get out there again and do what it does best and entertain people and bring that to people again.
And so it should. And I can't wait to be able to see some live theatre again. Absolutely can't. But what have you got in store for us, Rob?
Well, it's 7 nights of theatre. It starts with the Criterion, Coventry's premier group and amateur theatre group, and they're doing a play which they could only do in a distanced way in their theatre last September, and it's called Queers the Monologues, and it's curated by Mark Gatiss, who's well known to people as a co-creator of Sherlock, and he appeared as Mycroft Holmes in that famous TV show. So this is the opening night. This is a wild card handed to the Criterion by us, by the NDFA, to say, you're great, you come and open our show for us. And we hope that people who support the Criterion, who haven't been able to see them since just, a few, 2 or 3 distant shows last September, which were then played on video and YouTube and what have you. But this is the opportunity for people who support the Criterion to come to the Albany, less than a mile down the road, and support them there. So that's first up on the Sunday night, Sunday the 18th of July, and then the programme goes forward from that. And what we've done is, because the way that the system normally works is the National Drama Festivals Association has festivals all around the country associated with it. And if you win one of those festivals and score really highly, then you have the right to submit to us an entry for the All Winners. And then, a selection meeting takes place and a balanced programme is taking place. And of course, there's been very few festivals because, well, we all know why. So what we've done, and we've made a virtue, I think, out of this necessity. What we've had to do is go to previous winners, previous champions, previous finalists, the absolute cream of UK amateur theatre, and say, have you got a show for us? Can you put one on? Can you rehearse one? Can you revive one you did 2 years ago? And they have responded magnificently. And the result of all that is that because we've kind of cherry-picked, then those who've been associated with this organisation, frankly, a lot longer than I have, just look at the lineup and say, do you know what? This is just the strongest lineup we've ever had. This is the best theatre, the best groups that we've ever had. And it's coming to Coventry.
It sounds very exciting. And the fact that it is coming to Coventry is even more exciting, and we absolutely love to see it. Now, once again, when is this taking place for everyone maybe who has missed it?
Okay, so it's July the 18th, Sunday, July the 18th. We start at the Albany, there at the Butts, and that's our location for the whole of the week. So, and an important point to make, Letitia, is that this, because the Albany is so huge, it's a 700-seater auditorium, we're running it distanced. Whatever happens, whatever the government may or may not do about guidelines on the 19th of July, our whole festival will be distanced. No one will be forced to sit next to or close to even someone that they don't know that isn't in their bubble. People will be respectful to each other, wearing masks as they move around, all that kind of stuff. So it's all in the big Albany theatre, which many people will be familiar with, and it runs there all week. And if you want a ticket for it, the tickets are amazingly good value. I mean, it's £12 a night. That's less than you'd pay, at many amateur theatres around Coventry and Warwickshire. Very true. There's a 7-night season ticket for under £60, for goodness sake, for 7 nights of theatre. There's the Earlsdon Park car park next door, but 1 minute's walk along the pavement from it. So there are all kinds of good reasons for going there, not least that, I mean, I'm a Coventry kid, and I'm so proud to be bringing this national event to my home city, and
of course,
and even more. I mean, there are a number of venues that this event goes to, and if this is a success in a couple of weeks' time, then I can promise you it will come back.
Of course it will. Of course,
and that will be a legacy from the City of Culture Year. But to get there, we've got to people of Coventry and Warwickshire, and they've got to show their interest by coming along and seeing what's on offer.
1,000%. Now, before I let you go, Rod, where can you get hold of tickets?
On the Albany website is where you can get hold of tickets, and there's one quick additional piece of information to add to this. On the Saturday, the closing Saturday, there is an all-day conference on diversity and inclusion in UK amateur theatre, with really important people from Coventry and Warwickshire taking a lead in this. For example, Professor Anne-Marie Green, who's artistic director of the Criterion in Coventry, but is also a professor of work and employment and diversity at Leicester University, she'll be one of the leaders, a brilliant young actor called Alexander Mashore, who is well known to amateur theatres in Coventry and Warwickshire. He retrained, became a professional. He's now with the Royal Shakespeare Company. He's coming along to talk about the experiences of black actors, young black actors in amateur theatre. And there are, but trust me, there are lessons to be learned. The RSC, the Royal Shakespeare Company, are sending one of their top producers to this conference because they think that this subject is so important. And Penny Amis, who is chair of the Side by Side Theatre Company of Leamington Spa, which is an inclusive theatre group, and put on a fantastic show in the Spa Centre every year, again, very well known. Penny is also one of the lead speakers on this. So these are national figures from Coventry and Warwickshire leading a really important debate, never more important in my view, on inclusion and diversity in UK amateur theatre. And that's happening on the Saturday, the 24th, at the end of the festival, still in the Albany, but at the studio. And again, a link to that is on the Albany website.
Fantastic stuff. Well, Rod, I can't wait to see how you get on. And I genuinely hope that a lot of people come and buy tickets and just show the support for the theatre, for the arts, and so that we can have it again in Coventry. And I wish you and the festival all the best of luck.